Hey there guys, welcome back. Happy 2015. I hope you had a good New Year and a good Christmas. I certainly did. I had a little bit of a sickness, so I'm down a few pounds, but you know, I guess that's not such a bad thing. Just a kickstart to my New Year's resolution diet, right? Anyway, feeling better now and starting to get underway on a lot of the projects. Hope to have a really busy year, a good busy. But anyway, today what I wanted to do is build a Gabion wall. I've had a ton of comments from friends, family, the YouTube videos on these walls just behind me. And as you see, I'm using them mostly as a decorative fashion just to kind of border my front yard. But they really have roots in the military. Even back in the medieval days, basically just baskets filled with rock and debris. And more commonly, they're used in road projects, bridge projects, different things like that for erosion control and flood control. So anyway, today I'm going to build one of these. I've had a little bit of time with my wife and I trying to hash out an area where we wanted to build one. I had a little extra material and we finally decided we're going to build a decorative one behind our road sign. So we're going to go down at the end of the road. I'm going to show you how I build one of these baskets. We're going to fill it with rock and hopefully it's going to turn out all right. So anyway, super easy project. The only hard part about this is the labor. Just like laying tile or anything like that, seems real easy at first, and then 3 hours later your back aches and your knees ache. So anyway, other than that, it's an easy project. There's nothing complex about it. But let me get changes into some scrubby clothes. We'll roll out some wire, cut it. We'll build these baskets and fill them with rock. So hold on one second and we'll get this thing started. So I just got done cutting the sections of my eventual box out, and I've got them laid out here on the garage floor. But before I start connecting these and folding them up and making my box, I need to layer another layer or another section of metal on here to create a little bit of a smaller square so I can use a smaller size stone. So if you'll notice, this section right here is 3 squares wide. I've cut a corresponding section that's 2 squares wide and it's 1 square shorter. So this is 5 squares long, this is 4. So I know it's not exactly rocket science, but it is important if you want to be able to use a smaller size stone. And the stones I'm using are collected from my property and some that I got from a quarry a long time ago. So they range from 7 inches to 2 inches. So it's important for me, and it also adds a little bit extra strength to the basket. So anyway, you'll see they'll sit right here, and then I'm just going to tie wire them together. And once I get all these sections tie wired together, then I'll fold them up, and then we'll connect all the sides, and I'll show you how I do that with some galvanized wire. Now to attach these together, I just use cheap tie wire. This is like a $2 or $3 roll of 1,000 feet. And it's just a super real easy bendable wire. And I'm gonna use this just to tie these 2 pieces together. So I'm just gonna do a kind of a hand tighten, and then I'm gonna use some pliers just to give it just a little snug right there. And that's really all we need because once this basket is filled with rocks, the rocks are going to hold everything kind of together. So right now I'll just do this probably maybe 7 or 8 spots for this section and maybe about 15 spots for each of the long sides, and that's going to be good for now. baskets are pretty much assembled right now. And what I'm doing for the next step is I'm using some galvanized chain link maintenance fence wire to weave the corners and the bottoms together so that all of these panels are going to be held together by some nice strong galvanized wire. So basically all I'm doing is just weaving it around almost just like a twist tie, but I'm just coming around 2 to 3 times per section of these little squares. So just pull it through. It's kind of stiff stuff, so you gotta pull hard, but this is going to really give the wall the strength that it really needs once the weight of the rocks is sitting in it. And then I'll just go all the way up and then along each seam, and then the baskets are going to be pretty much ready to fill. So I'll show you the next step, and that's going to be filling it with rock. All right, well, I've got the basket moved down to the end of my road behind my road sign, and now's where the fun really begins, because we're going to start filling this with stone. There's only a couple things to remember. In the middle of the basket, you can use whatever you want. So for instance, I'm going to use some old chunks of concrete that I'm trying to get rid of, and just as you can see, I've kind of placed them right in the center of the basket. The next thing you need to really look out for is just all of your nice flat-sided rocks that have nice big faces. You're going to use these as all of your exterior facing rocks like that. And then you're going to use just all your other rocks to kind of support them as you go up. Once we go up about a foot, 12 to 15 inches, we're going to do some little support wires in between these long sides just to keep the sides from bulging out. But other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory and just a whole lot of labor. So let me get this filled up a little bit, and I'll kind of show you how those support pieces are going to go in. Okay, so you see there's a nice little flat piece right there. I'm going to face this out just like that, and I'm just going to use a couple rocks just to hold it up. And then that's just going to stay like that until we get the rest filled. Now, to ensure that these sides don't bulge out the higher you go, we need to give them some support right here. So we're going to use that same galvanized wire. We're going to hook it through the outside portion of that of the outside panel, and then just bring it over to the other outside portion and snug it in. We'll just do this loosely right here, and then this is, if you want to adjust it, you just get a pair of pliers and just kind of twist it a little bit just to give it a little extra tension. It doesn't need to be a whole lot, but it just needs to give a little extra support. I'm going to do this 1, 2, 3 spots here. Once I go up about a foot, I'll do another 3 spots.